Just let me know, is it visible to you or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah, recording is now on. Fine. So, if we talk about previous classes, then first order partial differential equation solution we were concerned about. So categorically, we have started with the partial differential equation. In that, suppose first order partial differential equation if we consider, then we have partitioned it into two cases. One is linear, one is non-linear. In the linear case, Lagrange's differential equation we have considered in the standard form of this one, from which we have described about auxiliary equations, and then by considering grouping method or method of multipliers, you are able to find out the solution of first order linear partial differential equation. Now come to the case non-linear, right? So in that case we have four cases. The first case is the expression or the partial differential equations involving only P and Q. Means we can say that expression will be independent of x and y and z. In that case, we will assume that z is equal to ax plus by plus c be the solution, and from that one, when you consider the partial derivative of that expression, p is equal to a and q is equal to b, you will get, and then from these two expressions, you are able to obtain one constant value in terms of the another, right? So in that case, either of this will be the solution. Case 2 we have considered in the last class, that is now we are involving the dependent variable z to come into the expression. In that case, we will assume that u is equal to x plus ay. After that, from the chain rule, we are able to find out the value of p and u. Then we will substitute that value in the expression, and then we are able to solve that particular ordinary differential equation either with the separable variable or with the method known to you, and then finally you arrive at the solution, right? In this case you will get p as dz by du and q as a dz by du. So when you substitute this in the given expression, this will become the ordinary differential equation. So by the solution of that ordinary differential equation, you are able to write down the solution in terms of z and u, in which finally you have to substitute u as this value, right? So that is what the case 2 we have seen. Today we are going to talk about case 3. So if you see the first case, only P and Q are involved. Third case, we have allowed Z variable. Now we will consider the case when X variable will be allowed and Y variable will be also allowed in that case, right? तो जब भी आपका expression x, y, p, q के terms में होगा, then it will fall under the case 3. How to solve such type of case? So for that I will consider the method now. Okay. So in this case, x variable, y variable, p and q will be allowed to have in the expression. In that case, what we can do? You will be given such an expression in which you can easily separate the x and p. P is nothing but del z by del x. So it is involving the variable, dependent variable z with respect to independent variable x. And similarly, you are able to obtain or you are able to separate the variables y and q. Right? And in that case, you will get corresponding two expressions will be equal. Now, since left hand side is a variable expression in terms of x and p, Right hand side is also the variable in terms of y and derivative, and they both are equal. So when this kind of things will be happen, एक साइड में एक इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल है, दूसरे साइड में दूसरा वेरिएबल इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल है, और वो दोनों का एक्सप्रेशन सेम हो, ऐसा कब हो सकता है? तो इट इज हैपेंड ओनली व्हेन दिस एक्सप्रेशन इज अ कांस्टेंट क्वांटिटी. लेट अस डिनोट दैट कांस्टेंट क्वांटिटी विथ a. So in that case, when you consider now this first expression and a constant quantity, you will have one expression. When you collect these two expression, you will have second expression, right? So from those two expression, you are able to obtain p in terms of a and x, q in terms of a and y, right? यहाँ पर a और x के फॉर्म में कोई फंक्शन मिलेगा, यहाँ पे a और y के टर्म्स में फंक्शन मिलेगा. After that, you have to consider the first order this equation, that is dz is equal to p dx plus q dy, in which you have to substitute the value of p and q. So this expression will be in terms of z variable, entirely in terms of x variable, entirely in terms of y variable. So after having the integration of corresponding terms, you will have the solution z is equal to something in terms of p, x, q and y. So the procedure I will repeat again. Suppose your expressions involving the variable x, y, p and q, right? P is nothing, p and q are nothing but first order partial derivative of z with respect to x and y respectively. In that case, that expression can be converted in terms of the separable variable form, means x के साथ p वाले terms ले सकते हो, y के साथ q वाले term ले सकते हो, और वो दोनों equal हो जाएंगे. So this is possible since x and y are independent variable. So this equality is possible only when this equality is nothing but the constant quantity. So that constant quantity you can now consider with the first expression and with the second expression. So from that you are able to eliminate the p and q, that you have to substitute to this expression, and then finally integrating that expression, you will have the solution of the asked partial differential equation. In this one, if I show you the procedure, then yeah, it is here. Separable equation, that is f of x comma p g of y comma q, right? तो ऐसा ही एक्सप्रेशन होगा जो सेपरेबल वेरिएबल फॉर्म में होगा. तो those two expressions are equal only when they are constant. It is constant. So that is, suppose if we denote it with a, then we can find the value of p and q as some function of ax and some function of a and y. We have denoted it with f, capital F and capital G. So then substitute the value in this dz is equal to p dx plus q dy. You will have this expression, and integrating you will get the complete integral z is equal to this one. This is the constant of integration, right? So are you clear about the entire procedure of case 3? Please raise your hand. Muskan, at last you just remind me that example I have asked for the degree of the partial differential equation, square root of p plus square root of q is equal to 1. Okay, just remind me after completion. Yes.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, I forgot to discuss it in the last lecture. Just now I have seen your name and I remember that particular question. Okay, so let us see this via one example. We are asked to solve p plus q is equal to x plus y. So you can see that this expression containing only two independent variables and p and q, right? So this is falling under the case 3, and therefore we have to separate it first, then we have to proceed as I have described it. Okay, so example I will take here. Solve p plus q is equal to x plus y. Suppose I give this as equation number 1, right? So what we have to do, first of all, you have to separate this expression. तो separate करोगे तो p के साथ x, q के साथ y आना चाहिए, right? तो first I will write given p plus q is equal to x plus y. I will give this as 1, not as this one. Okay, so p minus x is equal to y minus q. From 1 I can write this one, right? अभी x एक वेरिएबल है, इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल है, y भी एक इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल है और ये डेरिवेटिव है. एक्चुअली दिस एक्सप्रेशन इज नथिंग बट del z by del x minus x is equal to del z by del y minus y minus q. I will write this as minus plus y. तो सी ऐसा z फंक्शन, z वेरिएबल के साथ ऐसा फंक्शन हमारे पास है जिसका एक तो पार्शियल डेरिवेटिव विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू x ले रहे हो माइनस x एंड दैट इज सेम एज पार्शियल डेरिवेटिव विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू y एंड इट्स सम विथ y वेरिएबल. तो ऐसे और वो दोनों एक्सप्रेशन सेम है. तो ऐसा कब पॉसिबल हो सकता है? आप कोई भी फंक्शन लोगे, साइन फंक्शन, ट्रिगोनोमेट्रिक, एनी फंक्शन, पॉलिनोमियल, एक्सपोनेंशियल, कोई भी फंक्शन ले लोगे तो उस केस में दिस काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स विल हैपन ओनली व्हेन दिस इज सम कांस्टेंट क्वांटिटी, राइट? तो I will write this is nothing but a constant a. So from this expression now I can write p is nothing but a plus x and q is nothing but y minus a. So see the step. We have evaluated p and q in terms of x and a, y and a. यहाँ पर जो step लिखा है this I am talking about. So this is capital F of a comma x is nothing but a plus x and capital G of a comma y is nothing but y minus a, right? So now the next step is we have to substitute these values in the standard expression, right? So substituting these values in dz is equal to p dx plus q dy we get. तो क्या मिलेगा? dz is equal to p which is a plus x dx plus q is nothing but y minus a dy. तो now you can see left hand side में dz है, right hand side में जो first term है it is involving only x and constant quantity, second term involving only y and a constant quantity. So now if we integrate it, integrating both the sides, we get, so left hand side will be z, integration of dz, then right hand side it will be ax plus x square by 2 plus y square by 2 minus ay. So plus c, the constant of integration, right? So this is nothing but a x minus y plus 1 by 2 x square plus y square plus c. So this is the complete integral of the given partial differential equation. Right? So that is what the procedure is. Now are you clear about the method from the example as well? Please raise your hand. Fine. Okay, good. Let us consider some more examples. Yeah. Let us consider the first one. P square plus q square is equal to x plus y. P square plus q square is equal to x plus y, right? So solution, will give this as 1. So first thing we have to separate it. So p square minus x is equal to y minus q square, right? And now again applying the same argument that both are independent variables and they will be equal only when we are given this as a constant quantity, right? So we will denote that constant quantity with a. So from this one I can say p square is nothing but a plus x q square is nothing but y minus a. So therefore, what is p? Plus or minus square root of a plus x. Q is plus or minus square root of y minus a, right? So next step is substituting these values in the expression. कौन सा expression?
Standard equation dz equals to t dx plus q dy.
Very good. This expression we get dz is equal to p. So that is plus or minus square root of a plus x dx plus or minus square root of y minus a dy. तो अब ये सारी टर्म्स जो है वो सेपरेट हो गई, तो इंटीग्रेटिंग बोथ दिस साइड्स वी गेट, तो लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में इट विल बी z, राइट हैंड साइड में क्या आएगा?
2/3
2 by 3 a
into
plus x
bracket
raised to
a
3 by
plus x raised to 3/2.
2/3 a plus x raised to 2/3 means you have applied the
And
formula.
3/2.
Yeah, you have applied this formula. Okay, 1/2 plus 1, so it is 2 3/2. Plus similar thing you will apply it over here, so 2/3 y minus a raised to 3/2 plus constant of integration, right? Now you will solve the second one. Yp is equal to 2yx plus log q. Yp is equal to P एंड Q की वैल्यूज मिलती है तो प्लीज वेरीफाई करवाइए.
And t is a plus 2x
वेरी गुड.
and q is e raised to y into a y.
ये y.
Yes.
Yes. Fine. After that, the things are very easy. Those who are not able to solve it, they can see this procedure. This is what the given expression. So we have to separate the variable, right? So let us collect the y common. So y into p minus 2x is equal to log q. I can write 1 as this one, and therefore p minus 2x is same as log q upon y, right? Or since both of them are independent variables, so this is possible only when this is a constant quantity. Okay. One note I will make over here. Please write your handwriting must be in such a manner that when you write log q, there will be distinguish between the letter G and letter Q. आप लोग जल्दी जल्दी में लिखते हो, और ये ऑनलाइन एग्जाम में तो बहुत जल्दी लिखना पड़ता है, पता है आपको. I will say this statement in the inverted comma, क्योंकि लास्ट मोमेंट पे सब मटेरियल मिलता है और जल्दी जल्दी लिखते हैं ना, तो एट दैट टाइम डॉट डॉट डॉट. You will understand. You are smart enough to understand this one. This is 2x. Okay, so this is same. So p is same as a plus 2x and log q is nothing but ay, right? So from this expression, now we will substitute these in substituting these values in the standard expression, we get, so dz is equal to p, which is a plus 2x, and from this one we can say q is nothing but e raised to ay, right? So dx plus e raised to ay dy. So integrating both the sides, z is equal to ax plus 2x square by 2, so just x square plus e raised to ay upon a plus constant of integration. Third one, third one is p square y upon 1 plus x square is equal to qx square. Those who have already started, they can tell me the values of p and q. P square 1 plus x square upon x square is equal to q upon y. Right? x वाली पूरी टर्म आ गई, यहाँ पर y and q वाली टर्म आ गई. तो this is same, so it must be a constant quantity. Therefore, p square will be what? So it is ax square upon 1 plus x square, and q is ay. Okay? So p is nothing but plus or minus square root of ax upon square root of 1 plus x square, and q is ay. Substituting these values in dz is equal to p dx plus q dy, we get dz is equal to plus or minus square root of a x. I will write that expression with the square root as this one. So it would become easy while integration, right? A by dy. So now taking integration both the sides, z is equal to plus or minus square root of a, applying that formula which I have written over here. kahan gaya ye? Applying this formula, you can see that x square derivative is 2x, x is already there, so we will multiply and divide it with 2, right? So this one will be derivative and this is the power. So the integration will be nothing but 1 plus x square raised to 1 by 2 plus 1 minus 1 by 2 plus 1. So it is 1 by 2 upon 1 by 2 plus a y square by 2. Right? So this 2 and 2 gets cancelled. So z is equal to plus or minus square root of a into 1 plus x square. I will extend the square root. I forgot to write constant. That is what the complete integral of the asked expression, right? Last, complete it and tell me the final answer. What are the value of P and Q in terms of A and X, A and Y?
A into bracket 1 plus x upon x.
Upon A मिलेगा?
नहीं, a फिर ब्रैकेट में 1 प्लस x अपॉन x.
X, fine.
हाँ, और क्योंकि a और ब्रैकेट में 1 प्लस y अपॉन y.
Yes, correct. Easily you can integrate it. While taking the standard equation, you can separate the terms with this denominator. So it will be simplified and you can have the final integral, complete integral. So what it will be, z is equal to, a is a constant quantity from both of these expressions. So a will remain there.
ln xy.
Sorry?
ln xy
Ln xy.
plus x plus y
Okay.
और फिर प्लस c.
Plus c. Very good. The correct answer. Let us wait for other students to complete it. Then we'll move for the case 4. Once you complete it, please raise your hand so that I can see the status. If any one of you are getting the different answer, then also you can raise your query. Okay. Very good. Up to that, I will finish writing in this table we have constructed. Yes, here it is. Right? You will get P and Q in terms of functions of A and X, A and Y respectively. You have to substitute it in the standard equation, and then while integrating that expression, you are able to get the complete integral. That is what the case 3 is. And now we will discuss case 4. Case 4, I will write it over here. Case 4 is very easy. Very easy. That is called the Clairaut equation. Case 4 is nothing but the Clairaut equation. If you see, case 1 we have involved only P and Q at a time. Then case 2 we have involved Z, P and Q. Third case we are allowed to involve P, X, Q, Y. And now the expression entirely with all the quantities, that is Z, P, Q, X and Y. That is what the case 4 is, and such a partial differential equation is called Clairaut equation. This is A, Clairaut equation, and it is very easy. In that case, you have to assume P as A and Q as B. A and B are constant quantities, and then you have to convert the corresponding given partial differential equation in terms of z is equal to some function of p, q, x and y. And in that expression, you have to substitute p as a and q as b. You will get the complete integral, right? That is what the procedure is. Means, yes. So it will involve px, qy and some function of p and q. So assume that p is equal to a, q is equal to b. Substitute the value of p and q in z is equal to the given expression, right? We get the complete integral as this one. That is what the procedure is. Let me take one example based on this method so that आप बोलोगे कि मैडम बहुत easy है. It is p plus q z minus px plus minus qy is equal to 1, right? Let me write it over here. Solve p plus q z minus px minus qy is equal to 1, right? The main concern is you have to convert it in terms of z is equal to px plus qy plus some function of p and q. That is what the main procedure is, right? तो यहाँ से हम उसको कैसे लिख सकते हैं? तो you can see that z minus px minus qy can be considered as 1 upon p plus q, and therefore z can be considered as px plus qy plus 1 upon p plus q, right? I have just shifted this factor to right hand side in the first step and then taken the other quantities to the right hand side. So that is what the given expression we have, right? And this is of the form, you can write, suppose I give this as 1, then 1 is of the form z is equal to px plus qy plus f of p comma q. So therefore assume that, तो ये case 4 हो गया, तो assume that p is equal to a and q is equal to b, and substituting it in 1, we get, तो z is equal to ax plus by plus 1 upon a plus b. p की जगह a substitute करना है, q की जगह b substitute करना है. You will get the corresponding complete integral. A and b are nothing but the constant quantities. Okay, so this is what the complete integral. That's it. Clarity equation जब भी होता है, सारे variables you are now allowed to have in the equation. So that is corresponds to Claret equation that falls under the category case 4. In that one, you have to assume p is equal to a, q is equal to b. Convert the given expression in terms of z is equal to px plus qy plus some function of p and q, and then finally substitute p is equal to a, q is equal to b. You will get the corresponding answer, right? Quickly, let me go to the example of it. Yes, it is, yes, this one, it is already given. See, this is already given in the standard form. Z is equal to px plus qy plus some function of p and q. तो क्या आएगा आंसर? अब बताओ, आप सीधा आंसर बता सकते हो.
ax plus by.
Yes, ax plus by plus
under root 1 plus a square plus b square.
That's it. What to do with this one? Second one. You have to multiply the entire expression with PQ, right? यहाँ पे Z चाहिए तो expression को PQ के साथ multiply करना पड़ेगा, तो क्या हो जाएगा? Z is equal to PQ into X upon Q. तो it will be just PX PQ into y upon P, तो PP gets cancel and it will be QY, और यहाँ पे PQ से मल्टीप्लाई किया है और P और Q अंडर रूट में है. तो now you can see that P डिग्री 3/2, Q डिग्री 3/2. ये हो गया कंप्लीट इंटीग्रल. क्या हो जाएगा बोलिए? AX प्लस BY प्लस स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ A क्यूब B क्यूब. दैट्स इट. थर्ड का आंसर
Z equals to AX plus BY plus log AB.
वेरी गुड. कुछ है ही नहीं. लास्ट वन कंप्यूट करो. चलो लिखना कैसे है, तो यहाँ पर जो ये पूरा प्रोसीजर आपको मैंने यहाँ पे स्टेप बाय स्टेप दिया है. तो फ्रॉम द गिवन एक्सप्रेशन राइट डाउन z in terms of this one, then you write that statement. One is of the form this one, therefore assume that p is equal to a, q is equal to b. Substitute it in the given expression 1, you will get this as the complete integral, right? तो solve आपको ये करना है. फटाफट करो और मुझे आंसर बताओ.
Answer is z equals to ax plus by minus a minus 2b plus 3.
ओके. इसको ऐसे भी लिख सकते हो. They are same. How many of you got this answer? Please raise your hand. Or should I wait for 2-3 minutes? Claret equation is very easy. कुछ भी करना नहीं है, सिर्फ उसको स्टैंडर्ड फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट करो. P A को रख दो, Q को B रख दो, you will get the solution. Fine. Very good. ओके. समझ में आया ना सबको? क्लैरेट इक्वेशन में कोई डाउट है? एनी डाउट टू एनी स्टूडेंट? ओके. If not, then I will move forward for the application part. Right? Partial differential equation अब तक जो आपने, let me finish that particular block. Have I written over there? Yes. यहाँ पर क्या होगा? I will Claret equation. So z is equal to px plus qy plus some functions of p and q. Assume p is equal to a, q is equal to b, z is equal to ax plus by plus f of a comma b will be the complete integral. That is what the case 4 is. Okay. So अब तक आप लोगों ने जो भी किया वो पूरा यहाँ पर आ गया. Yes. पूरा एक्सप्रेशन पार्शियल डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन का. But you can see that we have considered only for the linear and non-linear case the first order partial differential equation. Now the question is, when we are given the higher order partial differential equation, then how to solve that particular one. And higher order differential equation, when we talk about, then it has a application in terms of the engineering side. So if we consider the particular case, let me share one file to you people. फाइल मैं बाद में शेयर करती हूँ. पहले जब भी मैंने पहले भी डिस्क्राइब किया है, जब पार्शियल डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन हमने स्टार्ट किया था उस टाइम पे, कि व्हेन one string is attached at these 2 points, right, and that is flexible in nature, and suppose that string is of length L, and then if you allow to vibrate it or if you allow to deflect it from that particular point, then it will start moving in the wave nature, right? So that is nothing but that phenomenon is described by the second order partial differential equation, right? And that is called the vibrating string problem. String इसलिए लिया है यहाँ पर कि this is the simplest example. Engineers, civil engineers की अगर हम बात करें तो they build the bridges. तो ब्रिज के सस्पेंशन अगर आप देखें, राइट, तो सपोज यहाँ से यहाँ तक, यहाँ से यहाँ तक, तो जब भी लोड कैरिंग कैपेसिटी काउंट करते हैं और लोड कैरिंग जब भी होता है ये ब्रिज पे, तो इट विल स्टार्ट मूविंग इन दिस डायरेक्शन. Some of you have experienced it if you stand what you can say with the, if you are going through the vehicles, you are not able to feel those vibrations, but आप अगर ब्रिज पे खड़े रहे हो तो आप लोगों को ये vibrations feel होंगे, and this is nothing but this is described by the partial differential equation. और वो partial differential equation को study करके they count कि इसके ऊपर maximum load कितना जा सकता है when this wave, ये जो वेव फॉर्म है, when वो उसका नेचर छोड़ देगा, वाइब्रेशंस जो आ रहे हैं वो नेचर छोड़ देगा, एट दैट टाइम देयर इज अ पॉसिबिलिटी टू कोलैप्स द ब्रिज, राइट? सो दैट इज how this partial differential equation is important in the real world problem. So that is just one example. Second one is heat conduction problem, right? तो मैंने पहले भी ये डिस्कस किया है कि suppose you are giving heat to one iron rod and suppose that heat moves in this direction, then that heat flow is also described by the partial differential equation, right? तो वो जो पूरा partial differential equation described होता है, that theory part is not in your syllabus, but I just wanted to show you that how that theory is developed, right? So I am sharing my notes. Is it visible, no?
Yes, sir.
ओके, तो मैं सिर्फ आप लोगों को बताना चाहती हूँ कि हमारे पास सिर्फ एक इक्वेशन रहता है, बट वो पूरा डिराइव कैसे हुआ होता है, तो दैट आई वांटेड टू शो यू. दैट्स व्हाई आई हैव कंसीडर्ड दिस नोट्स. दिस इज माय एमएससी नोट्स. आई हैव जस्ट स्कैन्ड इट. तो एक्चुअली द एंटायर हियर द फिजिकल टर्म्स and the conditions will need, these are the conditions, that it has to be homogeneous in nature, that has to be perfectly flexible, right? Tension we will consider as T, and all those assumptions are already written over here. Then after that, when you consider this physics phenomenon, right, कि टेंशन होगा तो उसके करस्पॉन्डिंग जो एंगल होगा तो वो क्या होगा, तो उसके ऊपर से ये पूरा थियोरी एजम्पशन को साथ लेकर, डेंसिटी को साथ लेकर, ये एक्सप्रेशन जो डिराइव हुआ, दैट इज नथिंग बट द वेव एक्सप्रेशन. एंड यू कैन सी दैट u x x is equal to u t t with the constant quantity a square. So this is nothing but del square u upon del x square is equal to del square u upon del t square with the constant quantity a square. A square is nothing but the ratio of tangent with the density. So this is second order partial differential equation, and which is represented by vibrating string problem. So it is called wave equation, right? And similarly, the heat conduction problem, you can see that these are the assumptions, and after having that assumption, when you consider the heat, what is the exact particular subject of the physics is heat conduction. हीट कंडक्शन की यहाँ पर आप थ्योरी अप्लाई करोगे, राइट? तो इन दैट केस यू आर एबल टू ऑब्टेन दिस partial differential equation, and that is called the one dimensional heat equation, right? So this is also one kind of heat equation we have. And third one is the Laplace equation uxx plus uyy is equal to 0. So these three expressions are, these three particular cases are in your syllabus, right? So that is what the application part of this partial differential equation, right? So that is what the modeling of the real world problem in terms of partial differential equation and solution of heat, wave and Laplace equation using separable of variables, right? So tomorrow I will consider the solutions of these three expressions. Tomorrow we are going to meet at 2:10 or 2:20. Which one is the convenient time to you? What is the convenient time? 2:20 will be okay or 2:10 will be okay? 2:10 हम रखते हैं क्योंकि I want to finish these three examples tomorrow only so that Saturday extra class ना रखना पड़े. तो 2:10 को स्टार्ट करेंगे हम लोग. नेक्स्ट क्लास आपकी 3:20 को होगी. जिन लोगों का डेप्स्टार IT2 की आई थिंक क्लास होती है 3:20 को, तो तब तक हम लोग खत्म कर लेंगे. आई डोंट वांट टू टेक एनी एक्स्ट्रा क्लास ऑन सैटरडे बिकॉज मंडे यू हैव एन एग्जाम, राइट? सो यू हैव टू प्रिपेयर accordingly. So I am not going to take any extra class on Saturday. So I want to finish this tomorrow. So tomorrow we are going to meet at 2:10. Any one of you having any problem regarding this one? Okay, then we will meet tomorrow, right? Okay, any doubt?
Ma'am, you told to remind about that question.
Yes. I have asked the question that what will be the degree of square root of p plus square root of q is equal to 1. किसने सॉल्व किया है ये एग्जाम्पल? Muskan has already done it. She sent me the solution. Who is the another one? Oh, no one. Very good. क्या मिला था आंसर मुस्कान?
मैम 2 आ रहा था.
2 आ रहा है, कैसे?
वो फॉर्मूला लगाए थे मैंने a square plus b square वाली.
A square plus b square वाली. Actually, this can be written in terms of, जिन लोगों ने सॉल्व, अगर आप लोगों ने ट्राई किया होता ना तो आप लोगों को पता चलता एट सम स्टेज यू कैन से दैट वी कैन नॉट फाइंड आउट द डिग्री. सम ऑफ यू हैव ऑलरेडी टोल्ड मी एट दैट पर्टिकुलर टाइम कि इसमें हम डिग्री फाइंड आउट नहीं कर सकते, बट इट इज नॉट द केस. यू हैव टू मेक free this equation free from the radicals, right? So in that case p can be considered as 1 minus q whole square, and now this is nothing but 1 minus 2 square root of q plus q square root of q square, so it is q only. And from this expression I can write 2 square root of q is nothing but 1 minus p plus q, right? So now squaring both the sides you can see that 1 minus p plus q whole square. तो ये पूरा expand करोगे आप तो you will have the expression in terms of p square q square plus something, but the highest power of this will be 2, right? q और p involve होंगे but highest power इसके expansion में होंगे, and that is 2, which is, and this expression is free from the radicals. Therefore you can say it is of order 1 degree 2, right? Muskan has done it. Very good. Okay, that is what I want to discuss because I have posed this question, though you have not tried it, but I have to discuss it. So that's all. Tomorrow we'll solve the heat wave and Laplace equation, right? I will stop here now. If you don't have a doubt, you can leave this meeting. Bye. Take care.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.